Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf.
And I am CD Spivey.
And this is Censored Freedom. How you doing this week, CD?
Pretty dang good.
That's what I likes to hear, Bubba. How's the shoulder doing?
It almost ain't worth talking about no more, man. It's getting there. We're getting there, man.
That's what I like to hear. So it's almost fully healed at this point.
Oh, no, not even close. I got another 2 months, man.
Daggum. Well, you guys keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He's been actually healing up real well.
Actually, I like tots and pears better. You know,
tots and pears.
I would rather have tater tots and pears instead of thoughts and prayers.
I mean, that's fair.
Tots and pears.
Fat ass. So we're gonna
pot calling the kettle black, bitch.
That's fair. That's 100% fair. I mean, we're podcasters. What do you expect?
Truck driver.
Doesn't help. But we got an election coming up, Bubba, in what, under a month now?
Our early elections start on the 16th.
3 days from now here in Tennessee.
Yes. So everybody, especially in Tennessee and the areas, around us, a lot of us, start our elections on the early voting on the 16th. And I'm gonna go ahead and urge everyone, because we already know that there's going to be election day shenanigans. There are a lot of people saying vote early, and I agree with that. Vote early. Go ahead and get your vote in.
Well, as much as I do agree with the argument you're making that there will be election day shenanigans going on, what about those that would argue that if you vote early, they know how many ballots they're going to
have
cheat
to
with?
Fabricate? Yeah. Well, they're going to cheat either way, man. And honestly, they're going to have to make it incredibly obvious, because our show is about to point out why they're going to have to make it so incredibly obvious to overcome the swamping of the the swamping of the ballots that we're going to have to do. And as I urge everybody to get out and vote. That is, one, your civic duty, and two, if you don't, not voting is voting for Harris.
100%, or whoever the bad guy is.
And if you are voting for Harris, stay the fuck home.
Please do us all a favor and quit hurting this country.
I would say this one thing, but they put some guy in jail for it. Some guy said, Democrats, no, you wait, you vote on November 6th.
Oh, yeah, that
right?
meme.
And that mother freaking...
That ridiculous government put him
Clinton,
in jail.
Yeah.
And... Yeah, as far as I remember, that's free speech. So he's actually illegally in jail right now.
And it was a joke. If you fell for it, you're retarded.
Just goes to show how much they believe their own people are retarded.
Well,
which they have to think they have any chance of winning. So, number one, speaking of thinking people are retarded, they've been using propaganda for quite a while now through the fake news.
Yeah, we've talked about the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act. That's exactly what they're doing. They're using propaganda to we just watched a video of this little girl with Charlie Kirk saying that Clarence Thomas was going to ban interracial marriages, and he's
because of Roe versus Wade.
And Clarence Thomas, killing babies is another one of their big.
Well, that's what her thing was. It's part of the Roe versus Wade thing, is what she said.
No, that's what she turned to once she was basically proven that she was a liar.
Right, but you were saying he is in a interracial marriage.
And why would he ban his own marriage? It's like, he's married to a white woman. Shut up.
And this goes to show the kind of propaganda that is out there and being spread. I don't know where that one come from. That's a new. I ain't
college
heard that.
Professors, man. College professors was kind of like that college professor not too long ago that was saying that people that vote for Trump should be lined up and shot.
Dude, what the hell? Like, we've said a lot of things about Harris and left side, but that's beyond, dude.
I mean, we were just talking at lunch about how, people that have committed treason needs to be hung, but
Well, yeah, that's actually in the laws, isn't it? Isn't that the punishable offense for treason?
through government service, that is actually. I mean, we actually have laws against cruel and unusual punishment now,
Right.
but that actually is.
And there's a difference in saying, I wish those that committed treason would pay for their crime, opposed to you voted for the wrong person, you should die. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a huge
Voting for the
difference.
wrong person is not treason.
No,
Now-
unfortunately.
Even if you vote for treasonous people, which
We've already had happen.
Democrats, I don't see that as treason. I see that as stupidity.
Right. They didn't commit the act. The person in the office did.
Democrats shouldn't be all hung just because they're retarded.
No.
Just because they vote like idiots.
And then you've got lawfare going on. This is the next thing in our list here. So I'm going to jump to lawfare, and it actually touches on this. I should have put that down underneath that.
Yeah.
So I put it under the wrong one. But apparently, aside from the lawfare that we're already seeing, like the 94...
Jack Smith is trying to do his bullshit again.
Right, the 94 or 91 fake felony indictments and kangaroo courts and all that. Like, we watched that go down. And you said Jack Smith tried to reopen an indictment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here we are again, and honestly, it's just, it's an extinction burst is all that is. He's trying to stay relevant, but honestly, Jack Smith was not even picked right?
No, he wasn't even a legit prosecutor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's even worse is damn, I hate when I lose my thought like that. Jack Smith, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing he put out. He took words like vice president for Pence and made it running mate.
Yeah.
Like, he just tried to change a couple words to try to make it work. It's garbage. It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, he tried to get Pence out of it because Pence became an ally to the left at the end of Trump's presidency.
Do you remember, you may have seen this, you may not. I've never spoken with you about it, so I don't know if you did or not. At one point, after everything went down on January 6th, somebody walked up to Pence, and this was after J6. Again, this wasn't on the same day, I don't think, and hands him a coin right at the end of a session. You ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, right after everything went down and he wouldn't do what he was supposed to do, somebody walked up, shook his hand, and handed him a coin. It's filmed on, like, video. I would say TV, but I'm not sure if it got shown on TV. So it makes you wonder, what was he accepting a payment for? Was he helping the left the whole time?
Wait a minute. Is this like a challenge coin? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know.
No, there are people like veterans that they'll kiss a elected official's ass by handing them a military challenge coin. I've got a bunch of those military challenge coins, and they're all worthless. All they're really good for is you slap one down if one has somebody better. The person that had the least valuable one has to do push-ups. I've never engaged in that stupid crap, but it is something that does happen. And challenge coins are something that's kind of interesting to have in your case at home. Your I love me case when you come back from
Right.
deployment and
Right.
you get all these awards, and I had ribbons and awards and
Right.
some challenge coins from officers that say I did a good job for them, and they here's your coin,
Right.
and I'm like, all right, well, thank you, I still think you're fucking worthless, but thanks, yeah.
So
I didn't.
I don't know if it was a
give
challenge
much
coin.
value into them.
I do know that a Democrat handed him some kind of silver coinage. That's all I know.
That's probably what it was. It was a challenge coin. Say, thank you for going against the country.
And that was my point right there. Whether it was actual money or a challenge coin or whatever
It was. I think it was a personal award.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. That's why I didn't know if he'd actually
just a
seen
personal.
it. Yeah.
Just right on his butt.
Right. So, yeah, I think Pence actually got paid off for doing what he was doing, and there's evidence to suggest that, too. That's not just me saying, hey, I don't like him.
Yeah. I mean, most people inside the Beltway, if I was going to give them a challenge coin, I'd give it to them at a very high velocity.
Truth. Very true. And we're just going to leave that there.
But I can't throw right now because my arm.
So
you're all safe, you freaking assholes.
For now. Wait till that arm heals up.
I'm not going back to Washington, D.C. I will never go back to that city ever again.
I spent some time in D.C. It's not a horrible place if you spend only a couple hours there. But remember, you're not in the United States.
No, you're in enemy territory.
That's for real. You are legit, like not even being a smartass. You are not in the United States in Washington, D.C. It is its own city-state. Just like Rome, just like Vatican. So the lawfare we spoke of a moment ago, we know Trump's had a bunch of lawyers, really good lawyers, that have been fighting his case, especially that one. Alina, is that her name?
Haba. Yeah.
Oh, she's Haba, all right.
Woo, Haba.
Absolutely.
She party.
But she may get in trouble just for, doing her job and defending a client. Turns out there's a dark money group. And I forgot to mention the name of it on here. I had it pulled. Project 62, I want to say, is what it was called.
Yeah, they're going after Trump's lawyers and trying to disbar them, maybe trying to even get them incarcerated, only for basically serving the needs of Trump. It might be just a financial lawyer. It might be his criminal defense or civil defense. It might be, his what is that? The real estate lawyer.
Right.
Whatever lawyer is working on his behalf, they're talking about putting them in jail or disbarring them.
Which, that's garbage because, number one, he's an American citizen. That's his right. He's got a right to trials. He's got a right
to legal counsel.
Yes, absolutely. So why don't they just say what the hell they mean and say he's not a citizen, right? Because that's what they're trying to do. He don't have any rights, according to the left. Mm-hmm. He don't have rights to trials, to lawyers, to actual legit court cases.
Yeah, well, they're trying to use, and I understand we didn't bring this up on here on our notes today, but they're still trying to use that 14th, the third section of the 14th Amendment.
Yes.
To say he's a rebel and all that stuff, right?
And at no point did he at any time say anything rebellious against the government. We're going to peacefully and patriotically march over here and let our voice be heard. Stay peaceful and patriotic.
That isn't. He's trying to completely destroy parts of the FBI, the CIA,
absolutely,
the ATF,
absolutely,
all of these really overbearing three-letter agencies that are weaponized against the citizens of the United States.
Yes,
and that right there, the Democrats see as treason. They see that as him being anti-American because he doesn't. The Democrats want to use these three-letter agencies to weaponize them against the supporters and Trump.
Yes, absolutely. You're either going to do what I say or else. They want one-party rule.
J6 people without trial still in prison today?
Innocents, nonetheless. We know they're innocent. We know all of J6 was a complete bloody setup.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious now that it was a setup. The video coming out now of police officers actually, attacking the crowd with gas and flashbangs and then the crowd having to, go
react
towards the building, react or go away, and them injuring people. Only 2 people were killed that day and none of them were police officers.
I was going to say, were they police?
So please shut up. I'm still hearing that now.
Yeah, they're still telling that lie.
I'm still hearing that. Your police officers were hurt and killed on January. Shut up.
Some of them have gotten smart. Some of them will talk about sick Nick the day after, right?
Yeah.
As if that makes a difference.
He had a stroke.
Right. Which had nothing to do with J6 whatsoever.
In a way, it may have, the battle stress of attacking protesters on J6 may have led him to
But is that any different than what he would have been doing in his job on that day anyway?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that might have been his job to go out there and beat the public. Who knows?
Right. But we know that was all a setup.
Yeah.
By the CIA, FBI. I remember, Bubba, seeing a video on that day. Me, Heather, and JoJo's, you know who those are.
Mm-hmm.
Were sitting backstage, and we were watching this play out in real time on that day. And I remember there was a guy, I think it was on Periscope. You can't find this video anymore. I think it was on Periscope. But this guy's got a camera, and he's walking in with the crowd, and he's got the camera kind of held above so he can see everything. Mm-hmm. Officers are lined the wall in parade rest.
Yes.
And one officer is being heard, little black guy, I remember very clearly, being heard saying, I don't agree with it, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't agree with what? You were ordered to stand down to entrap people. That's what they don't agree with.
Yeah.
So they were let in the building.
No, I think that cop was actually saying, I think that cop leaned Democrat, and I think he's actually saying, I don't agree with this, but I get it.
Well,
I don't agree with this protest, but I get it. Well, that's actually what he was saying.
Considering we know that they were being let in the building as a setup?
Yeah, well, I don't think all of the law enforcement realized that's what it was. I don't think everybody in law enforcement that day was fed the narrative of that day.
Right.
Because plausible deniability would need to be had amongst the majority of the police force. So the lowly people that were tasked out to do the awful job had no freaking clue.
And even if so, if it was as bad as they say it was, at this time in the protest,
I'm not going to bend the words of a law enforcement officer to say something that it doesn't say. That's why I kind of stopped you on that. Because, like, hold on. I don't think that's what he said.
And that's fair. It's up to interpretation, by all means. But why were they at parade rest and letting people in if it was so violent and bloody and bad?
It wasn't.
That's the point.
They were just parading. I mean, basically, a lot of these people were charged, for like feloniously parading,
When they were being let in.
There were awful people. There were
a couple
doing stupid shit. I'm not saying there was a couple. There were hundreds of doing stupid shit, like climbing the wall of the back of the Capitol.
But those weren't our people.
Smashing windows, stealing artifacts out of the Capitol. There were people doing that shit.
Yes, there were. But they weren't our people.
Yeah, there were people doing that stuff. Were they Trump supporters?
Absolutely
Some
not.
of them? Maybe.
But the majority of those videos showed Trump supporters trying to stop those people.
But remember the live streams of Antifa and Burn, Loot, Murder.
Yep.
Black Lives Matter.
Yep.
Doing what they had Facebook live streams, and you cannot find those fuckers anywhere now. You can't find them.
Of course not. And now it's evidence. They ain't gonna be able to find them now.
It's like,
why would they leave that
I
up?
wish that freaking footage was available. Dude, if that footage was still available, it would totally destroy every fucking narrative they've got.
That's why I wish they would have taken down Periscope. There was so much footage on Periscope that would have proved that.
Yeah.
So much. Dude.
I think that's why Periscope had to die.
Oh, no doubt. No, they had way too much evidence on it.
Yeah.
Just like the evidence for J6 from the committee that was so bad that they made it disappear.
The thing is that Antifa and Black Lives Matter were so proud of what they were doing. Resist, right? That they were so proud of what they were doing, they screwed up and taped everything.
Yep.
And live streamed it. Thank you, assholes.
Not that they're going to pay any price for it.
No, they're not, because they are the brown shirts of the Democrat Party.
And when Trump wins, expect to see this ramped up, you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The violence is going to go through the freaking roof. The minute the androgynous man girl in glasses is standing in the middle of the street going, "Yeah," just like last time.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank God we're in America where you can do that, huh? It can do that.
It's like, really? Is that the response that you have for the person that you didn't want to be president being president? I mean, basically, they were brainwashed into thinking that they were Trump is an existential threat,
right,
to
their democracy,
their sexuality, their killing of babies through Planned Parenthood.
They're satanic stuff.
Yeah, everything you can think of that basically doesn't matter to humanity.
Speaking of satanic, the CIA. So
what a segue.
Right. So we know that they're trying to kill Trump. We've seen this a number of times already, and we know that is not going to be the end. Lord help us, I pray it don't happen. We know this is not going to be their last try, even though we pray it is. But could that also be connected to the dark money group? I'm going to let that question lay with the viewers. My story here is Trump has requested military protection due to Iranian threats. What that story actually says is Trump has requested military protection against the CIA.
Assets. Do you really think these Iranian threats in the United States are not CIA assets?
How are they not? The one guy was admitted to being one in an article. Was that last week we covered
it?
Admitted he was a CIA asset. So, I mean, we know this is what they're doing.
Worked for the CIA overseas.
Right. So what's going to stop the CIA from having an Iranian in-house or in-country do whatever the hell they want them to do?
And then they can blame it on Iran, and guess what? They get their war.
Now we get a war.
They get their war
as a bonus.
See, it's two birds with one stone.
100%.
We cack a president, and
of course the Republicans will fall in line now.
Oh my God.
And go for war against Iran.
Yeah, well, the mouth breathers will, because they're like, yeah, you killed our God. They go to war now. Stop.
Well, that's the Democrats' plan. That's my point.
Stop. Yeah.
That would be the Democrats' plan.
Yeah, so, yeah, you've got so much, and here we go back to the propaganda, right? The propaganda saying, he's an existential threat. The propaganda saying it's Iran.
Right. So we should know right off the bat that is not Iran. No, whoever it is, if the propaganda media says it is, it ain't.
The Ayatollah right now is hiding under a building somewhere. That fucker is good as gone.
I think they're more worried about Israel right now than they are the United States. Even if we're an ally of Israel, they're fighting Israel actively right now.
Lebanon and Iran are both lobbing shit into Israel.
Right. So
it's only a matter of time.
Not to say they couldn't make such a mission, but I don't see that. And as you pointed out, with the propaganda machine saying it's them, I highly doubt it is.
No, it's. I doubt it's Iran. Iran has bigger fish to fry right now.
But assuming that he does make it through, let's pray to God he does. And he does get to the election, and let's assume that they aren't able to cheat, and he actually wins. Do you think that they're going to let him in office?
Oh, no. I know what you're going for. And the Rodent had something to say about that. Basically, Jamie Raskin and the Democrats are suggesting that they won't certify the election.
They'll just refuse to do it.
Yeah, they just refuse to do it. It like a bunch of children in the cereal aisle that didn't get the cereal they wanted. They'll just throw themselves on the floor and kick and scream, because they didn't get the Cocoa Puffs.
Now, let me ask you, can they lawfully or rightfully go against their constituents and do that, refuse to certify?
Lawfully? No. Would they? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Well, yeah, we know they've tried. But lawfully, they can't do that, right?
Lawfully, no. But do you really think they would stop at anything
to stop Trump? No.
To keep from selling this country to China and the World Economic Forum?
Absolutely not. They would do anything they can. Cheat,
because
lie, steal.
both of those entities have bids in on this country right now.
Oh, absolutely. Through the Democrats, nonetheless.
Yeah. The Democrats are just the brokers for the sale.
Yeah. That's why they've been doing so much these last couple of years. That's why China keeps buying up our farmland. That's why we keep having these natural disasters, quote unquote. That's why we keep seeing so much bullshit going on in this country.
That's why we kind of.
That's why
we kind of did the thing with are these hurricanes being steered? That kind of thing with one of our past shows. So yeah, there's a lot being that we can see that is so nefarious. That we're being attacked. We're under attack.
Our southern border. We're letting the army in our southern border.
The army that's going to come against us
Yes.
is has already been let through the southern border. They're just waiting. They're waiting for their attack orders.
Yup. There's sleeper cells all over this country. But remember, if you are a Democrat, Raskin says Democrats do not interfere in elections. I know. It almost didn't come out of my mouth with a straight face either.
What the fuck?
Democrats do not interfere in elections.
Okay. Are you ready to read the next on our list here? On our
do you want me to read it or do you want to?
Next freaking thing on our list. It is okay. Jamie Raskin just said Democrats do not interfere in elections. Go ahead, read it.
DOJ sues Virginia over order to remove illegal aliens from voter rolls. DOJ of the Democrat Party, by the way. That's who's in charge.
So.
But they're not interfering. No, they just want to make sure they're able to cheat.
Yeah. They want to use the great replacement theory?
No. You're crazy.
I'm sorry. Great replacement.
There you go.
Drop theory.
There you go. Exactly.
That's great replacement fact.
I mean, how could it not be?
They're frankly just admitting it. Their DOJ just said, this is what we're doing. Great replacement.
Even if not the great replacement, I would even argue that they just need the names for the ballots. If you're going to cheat, you can't just make people up out of the thin blue sky.
Yeah.
But you got a list of people who are never voting. There's your hidden ballots.
Yeah.
And we've seen this a couple of times, I believe.
They've been trying to push for amnesty for these people since what? Like 3 or 4 months ago, they started the whole amnesty push.
Right.
Trying to push amnesty, trying to bury it in bills.
Yep. Trying to do everything they can to give free amnesty to these people. They want more of those in this country and less of us. You're right about that. But they don't want them to be illegal aliens to be removed from the voter rolls. That's for sure. And why would you want illegal aliens on your voter rolls?
Great replacement.
Because they'll vote Democrat. Then you get your one-party system.
Look at what they did with Helene here, where FEMA was shoving money at illegal aliens back to back to back, throwing money to illegal aliens. Here's a place to live. Here's $2,500 when you enter the country. Here's food assistance. Here's housing assistance. And basically, these people that did survive the flooding get $750.
Right.
Bruh.
That's bullshit.
And Peter Doocy said, show me your budget and I'll show you what you value.
And what is Biden value based on that?
Illegal aliens. And, the DOJ doing this, there's other states as well. Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, Ohio, and of course, Virginia. What's really jacked up?
What's
pissed
that?
off about? It's really Tennessee. Come on, Bill Lee, you freaking idiot. Tennessee is not on that list.
I'm kind of upset about that too.
Tennessee is not on the list of states that are trimming the fat from their ballots.
And that's surprising because Tennessee's usually like right on board with anything these other states like that do.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, Bill Lee.
I mean, come on, even Youngkin did it.
Fuck you sleeping on, man. Wake up. Damn it.
But then again, I'm not going to say we don't have as many.
Didn't Marsha walk in your office go, hey, look at this?
Right. I mean, Marsha. Right. Having Marsha here, how is he not? Like, she's on his ass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the Democrats are going nuts about Marsha right now, man. They're like,
she ain't letting up.
They're like that. They're like that other girl on the Brady Bunch. Marsha.
Yeah, she's not letting up at all. She's going after their asses.
Everybody loves Marsha. Well, yeah,
but I mean, we do have a bit of farm workers and stuff here in Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
I know that.
Yeah, we have migrant workers here,
but not like that.
Green cards.
We used to have a good amount of migrants.
Work visas.
Now New York and
No.
California and
green cards, work visas staying, they have visas.
They're
allowed to
legal.
be illegal. They're in this country legally.
Right. My point was on the voter rolls, though, we don't have as many here in Tennessee as, say, some of these other states do. Not to say we're completely clean.
No.
But we've got, like I said, we got migrant workers. They're legal. So Tennessee isn't in as bad a shape. Not to say it don't need to be done.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't need to be done, but, dude, we got to be checking our stuff, man. I mean, we got to be on it. We can't just be playing around here.
Agreed.
We can't take things for granted right now.
I think we should do that, and I say we as in Tennessee, should do that right now just as a show of force against Biden.
Just as a show of up yours.
Right. I think that would be a good move, but I don't think it would really change the outcome in
after
the
the
state.
billboard, after that whole vote Democrat billboard in Ashland frickin' City.
That's fair.
Oh my God, dude. We've got to freaking get on it.
This morning on the way to work.
In.
This morning on the way to work, I thought I was going to puke my damn self. I seen a Harris Waltz sign.
I'm seeing them in some places.
Blew my mind.
I almost want to take the red paint and put the Y behind.
If it wasn't illegal. If it wasn't
and then
illegal.
The B where the H is.
If it wasn't illegal.
I know it's petty, but damn. Oh my God. But anyway, there's a website.
You found this website, didn't you?
Yeah.
So what is this website?
It's called stopbogusballots.com. And it shows a few states that are basically where the illegal ballots came from in 2020. And I'm going to tell you, Pennsylvania and Michigan take the freaking cake on this. This is insane. Trump lost Nevada in 2020 by 10,000.
10,000. So let's go through the Nevada numbers here. Nevada total wrong ballots 484,000. He only needed 10. Invalid addresses are 53,000. Well, there's our 10 right there.
Yeah.
Commercial addresses used. So invalid addresses, this could be boarded up. There's no house there at all. It's an empty lot. Whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
A bad address. Commercial addresses are businesses. You cannot vote as an individual as a business. So that's incorrect.
Hold on. Scroll back up a second. Scroll back. Okay, Pennsylvania. 1,420,435. And then Michigan. Michigan is the other big one at 1,759,656.
The big one.
So right there with that, if you subtract that from Biden.
Right.
Just subtract those two from Biden.
Trump has it overwhelmingly.
Yeah. Trump spanked that ass. And since Trump lost Nevada by 10, he won Nevada.
Yeah, he won Nevada, undoubtedly. He won all these states, but this is how bad it is. And if you're wondering where to get these numbers,
he lost Nevada. So that was basically Nevada.
He lost, but he would have won it. He would have won all of these.
He would have won. Yeah.
Michigan, we know they stole Michigan from him. We know damn well they stole Michigan from it.
After the video of the whole pallets of ballots thing.
Right.
With the vans showing up.
The vans, the post offices.
The vans showing up in Pennsylvania.
The blocked out windows.
In Philadelphia. The blocked out windows in Philadelphia.
Hey, there's Pennsylvania right there. Hey, there's Michigan where they had was it Georgia or Michigan they had the pipe burst?
I think it was in Georgia.
They had something going in Michigan, they shut it down, I think, too. But all of these different states where we know.
I mean, Minnesota was only 120,000, but still, I mean, I don't know what he lost Minnesota by.
I don't know on that one. 120,000, I bet it's enough to change it.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. So let's see. Each one of these has missing.
Do you know that Michigan? They're saying in Michigan there were some counties that voted 114% of their county. 114%.
How do you do that?
You cheat. That's how you do that.
How do you get over 100% ballots? How do you do that?
I guess the point we're trying to make, you go back to the notes. The point we're trying to make is that they're trying to do this shit again.
Yes.
I mean, how do you trust a union that votes overwhelmingly for Democrat to help you basically transport the vote to the poll?
You don't. You can't. If it's partisan, you can't.
How do we trust our own postal service?
That's a good question. Do we?
Remember last time our postal service was dumping ballots into the woods, into dumpsters.
Oh, yeah,
the
tearing
trash
them
cans,
up, everything they could do. Yeah, if it said Trump, which they shouldn't even been able to look at them and see who it was.
Illegible.
Right. Everything they can to sway the polls. And, you know, since you brought it up, these different unions, a second union now, and Lord forgive me, I don't remember which one it was, has come out and said they're not going to endorse anybody because all of their people endorse Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That's two unions now we've seen that refuse to give an endorsement because it's for Trump.
Yeah, because the union bosses are supporting the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
And if the union bosses go against the vote of the union people, the union bosses will be voted out.
Correct.
So instead, they just stay neutral so that they don't get screwed out of their gravy train.
Which in this round still might get them voted out.
Yeah, because they're voting against the well-being of their union people.
Yes. Which anybody knows that the union people are not going to stand up for that. They're not going to do or stand for that. They're not going to
put up with it at all. No.
Exactly. And they're not the only ones who aren't putting up with it. It looks like there's a large number of minorities now that are moving to Trump.
Blacks for Trump, Latinos for Trump. You have influencers of different minority groups that are now just straight out come out and saying, yeah, we're all for Trump. Even that Nikki girl, that goofy Nikki girl, the Cash Me Outside.
Oh,
girl.
Yeah.
All of these people, they're going for Trump. Yeah, little Nikki went for Trump.
That's
Could
crazy.
you imagine that shit? That level of influence of that demographic coming to Trump?
Which
and then
is,
on TikTok.
That's the UFOs, bud.
Every single day that I'm on TikTok, I see a new video of a person of color, a black person or a Latino person, you know.
A minority.
You want to call a minority.
Hey, I didn't make the words.
As I said on X yesterday, I'm so white that I think freaking mayonnaise is spicy, okay? I am the super ultra hunky, so...
That's whiter than me. Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
So, look, in no way am I trying to patronize these people, but I see these every single day.
Right.
And that's the thing. I want them to speak. I want them to speak their mind, whether they're going for
whoever
Harris.
Right.
I want them to speak their mind, because the more we speak our mind, the more we get educated as to the way another person thinks.
Absolutely. So I got a buddy at work. He is very anti-Trump. And I respect that. We can go back and forth. We can have full conversations. We can fully disagree with each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're respectful about it. At the end of the discussion, he's still my friend. I still respect him just as much, regardless of who he votes for. What's
annoying also is on TikTok, and I hate this freaking app. It is just a wall of idiots. You'll have a Harris supporter, or so-called Harris supporter, and a so-called Trump supporter. And what they'll do is they'll have these vote-a-thons where they'll have a live stream, and people on the live stream will vote, and the thing will go one way or it'll go the other way, and it's like a damn sport.
I mean, it can be fun doing stuff like that.
To me, this,
as long as you know it's manipulated.
Yeah, this to me, this means more than a silly little game. I mean, yeah, you get on X and you get have Krasenstein's that assholes. I mean, there's two brothers and they're both freaking Peter Puffers, but they're total pickle kissers. But yeah, they have these little polls, and every one of the polls has backfired on them, and they are flaming freaking lefties.
Oh, I think those are hilarious. We've been seeing that a lot lately. The polls.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I get 70-something% Trump, and I'm like, backfired again, you morons. And to this point, it's almost clickbait. It's almost like Trump supporters are basically just clicking on his thing to vote for it. It's like, stop it. Stop giving him the freaking clicks.
Well, then
Leave
again, now hold on. As much as I
agree,
it is
embarrassing.
As much as I agree with your argument, I would also counter argue that helps to get out the vote. The more people get excited about voting, even just like that.
I mean, it does make me laugh my ass off that these people are flaming lefties, and every time they do one of those polls, it is overwhelmingly Trump.
See, that would make me want to go to the poll even more to make the big poll do that.
That is hilarious. Hilarious to me. And these Krasenstein brothers, I can't say their name right, and I don't really give a shit.
Krepstein?
In all due disrespect.
All due disrespect.
I can't, I'm not going to say your name right because I don't have it spelled in front of me.
And don't really care. I mean, just tell the truth. You don't give a shit.
I don't care. Screw you all. Here we have, what is this? The GOP will take the Senate. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of polls
are complete and utter horseshit.
Yes.
But when I see one like this, I almost kind of want to smile.
If it is true.
It is a New York poll, and that's the thing, is they lean far commie.
Especially Siena, which has been a horrible pollster this round.
They're leaning towards the GOP taking the Senate.
The Senate. Now, that's huge. We take House, Senate, White House, it's game over for the Dems.
In a way that will scare the hell out of them, because it'll be basically a one party system.
Just like they've had.
And in a way, I want my government to be at each other's throats. I want them to be leaning against each other. I want it so nothing. The less that gets done by the federal government, the better for the people.
I'm trying my damnedest to think of a counter argument, and I really can't come up with one on that.
Remember, yeah, we are an American First podcast, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to fuck with both sides on this shit.
Of course. I mean, that's what we're for. We're political comedy. We're going to mess with Trump as quick as we'll mess. Well, maybe not as quick as we'll mess with Harris.
I mean, I just got done punching Bill Lee in the face for not getting his head out of his ass. Come on.
Verbally. For you FBI fucks out there, you know what we're saying.
After Bill Lee lied to me on the phone saying that we weren't shutting down Tennessee, fuck you, Bill Lee.
Now, he didn't leave it shut long. Credit where it's due. He did not leave it shut. I wasn't here for that. I was in another state at the time.
He still fell for it.
He did still fall for it. But I would like to see a GOP held full government. I wouldn't mind that.
In a way that scares me, and I don't know why.
Because any party having full control is scary.
Yeah.
And I'll give it that. Could it turn against us and bodies in the ass? Absolutely. 100%.
With the amount of rhinos that are in government, it still worries me.
Agreed. Then again, well, now I'm still trying to come up with a way that the government could help in any way whatsoever.
Ronald Reagan. I mean, I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
The scariest words in the history of mankind. That is, and then we talk about where's the government in North Carolina. Do we really want the government helping North Carolina? Really?
No. Now, the federal government has done nothing but shit on North Carolina and Georgia and Eastern Tennessee, and that whole area. Sorry, I did get choked up when I just thought about it. And all of those people out there, I hate to get all freaking mushy and shit, but I do love you people out there. You are an awesome, hardy, different kind of people. The Mountaineers are a very beautiful people. Very redneck people.
Very tough people.
Very tough people. But redneck is not a bad thing.
Oh, God, no. That's a compliment. That's a badge of honor right there.
Remember, for somebody who had a workshop that was a school bus buried in the ground.
Yeah, that's really me. Yeah, that's really true.
You used to pull into his driveway and you'd hear freaking banjo music, man.
That only happened twice. I think.
Oh.
Maybe it was 3 times.
What's our last story here?
Actually, aside from this story, I want to bring up a story you and I were discussing at lunch. And you just kind of touched on it, and that's the fact that the government does have money for FEMA.
Oh, yeah. 20 some odd.
200.
Or
220.
I thought it was 22 billion.
Maybe it's 22. Maybe it is 22
billion.
Yeah, I think it's 22 million.
It's $22 billion.
Is it B?
I think it's a B. It's a B.
They've got a ton of money for emergency management, not for sending overseas. On October 1st, the fiscal year of the government just started. That was 13 days ago. That's when the money that is meant for this fiscal year turned on. That is 220. He says billion, I say million. 220, a lot of money for the people that have been through these disasters, for the people in Tennessee, for the people in North Carolina.
You're starting to sound like Biden. 22 billion, million,
trillion, yeah,
trillion. Come on, dude.
Whatever it's a large amount of money they've got, and they keep saying, "Well, we need Congress to come in and pass more money."
It's more money than you can think about.
Right. So why are they asking for more money from Congress, unless they're trying to, launder it?
That's what it kind of. Well, remember now, illegal aliens are the future. The citizens of this country are the past. Who are they trying to fund right now?
The aliens, the illegals.
With all of their services and everything?
Everything. Our
last little... Kamala Harris being too stupid to be president. We saw this on Bongino.com, and I just had to share. So
I will say, even though I think she's smart in comparison to, say, Biden, that's a low bar. Did you see the other day when the teleprompter stopped?
I didn't watch that. I wanted to watch it, but I had other stuff going on.
So she's at the point, she said there's 32 days to the election, and the teleprompter cuts out, and she just... 32. There's 32 days.
There's 32.
32. She kept saying 32 over and over till the damn thing come back on.
And the significance of the passage of time. There's a significance in the passage of time because the passage of time has great significance.
The significance of that passage of time showed that she's a flaming idiot. She's absolutely ridiculous. If I'm, not as a politician, just as a regular Joe, and even I think you would do this. If I'm doing a show or doing a speech, say, and I've got a teleprompter in front of me, and that thing stops working, I'm not going to stop talking. I'm not going to act like I was reading off a script. I'm going to start making shit up if I got to, but I'm not going to look like I don't know what I'm doing. Right?
Yeah. I mean...
Wouldn't you?
Really, if you really want to really have a good time, get on the Washington Free Beacon every week. When they come out with their Veep thoughts.
Oh, God.
More stupid shit she says every week.
Veep thoughts.
With Kamala Harris.
I mean, all I can hear is just that echo when you throw something down a hallway. An empty hallway. There's a doom, doom. That's all I can hear. That's all I can think about.
Is that what Willie Brown heard?
Probably.
When he was thrusting?
Probably.
Clang, clang, clang. Oh, that's gross, dude.
Hey, it ain't wrong, though.
It's like stirring a pot of macaroni and cheese.
Like fucking an umbrella.
She had her political advancement somehow.
That's the only way. As a matter of fact, there's evidence of that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, basically after she's climbed the ladder She just basically needs a vaginal rejuvenation and a prescription of Valtrax.
Not the first one to climb a ladder with her knees.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Do you think, I mean, all jokes aside, it was hard not to on this one, but all jokes aside, do you think she's too stupid to be president? Do you think she would be a real danger as president?
Yes. Yes. The first time we have a terrorist attack in this country, she wouldn't, I would be afraid of her response.
Her winning would be the terrorist attack, wouldn't it?
You went there.
I went there.
Yeah. It would be rough on the country. I mean, not only that, the economic aspect of everything, the price controls,
the communism.
Well, yeah. I mean, everything that she's pushing right now financially, if she were to just solely be able to push it, would cripple the country.
And isn't that kind of the point? Do you think that's really their goal, to destroy this country? Honest to God, jokes aside.
I think, as I said before, they are the brokers for a sale to either two bidders, either the World Economic Forum or China.
Or half and half. And I don't disagree at all. I fully agree. I think she would be an absolute danger to this country. I think she's a danger to her own self and community. That's my opinion. And I think that we'd be better off with, I don't know, maybe a dog as president opposed to her.
As I said before, inaction in federal government benefits the people. So a dog would be great, Pet him every once in a while, feed him a treat, tell him to shut the fuck up and go lay down, I mean, that's basically what they're doing to Biden right now.
I was going to say, don't they do that already?
Here's your pudding. Your bedtime's at 4.
Only difference is they'd actually be able to make a choice, a yes or no bowl.
Oh, God.
Which is even more than Biden could do.
Do we bomb Iran? Here's the yes bowl and the no bowl. Which one are you going to eat out of, you little shit?
Hey, whatever works. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf.
Yes, a CD Spivey.
And you've been listening to Censored Freedom.
Come like our stuff, follow us. We're on here on X, YouTube, and Rumble.
Absolutely.
Take care, y'all. Bless y'all.
Bye, guys.
Hakuna Matata, bitches.